In this video, we will demonstrate how to run SecuCheck with the aid of a demo project, which is a Spring Model View Controller to-do list app that allows users to create, edit, and delete tasks. For this demo, we will work with Eclipse, but a similar approach applies when using other compatible IDEs. When we open the project in Eclipse and access one of the Java source files, a configuration page for SecuCheck will automatically open in the user's default browser. On the configuration page, we can see the name and/or path of the project that is currently opened in Eclipse. SecuCheck requires specifications written using the domain-specific language FluentTQL. The specifications describe how a particular vulnerability can be detected and have been defined in another project which contains specifications for vulnerabilities such as SQL injection, cross-site scripting, missing encryption, among others. On the FluentTQL specifications jar path tab, we enter the absolute path of the directory that contains a compiled jar file or files for the project or the projects that contain the specifications. On the TainFlow Queries Display Format tab, we can select how the query should be displayed on the page, where we configure the specifications that should be used in an analysis. The two options are to display the TainFlow queries individually or to group them based on the specification files that they belong to. After setting the display format, we select Submit. After SecuCheck loads the jar files in the provided directory, we are provided with a list of available specifications. We can select specific specifications or run the analysis with all available specifications. In the navigation bar, we can use the Select All and Deselect All buttons to select or deselect all of the options in the currently open tabs. We can also use the search bar to quickly locate the specification that we require. For our example, we are interested in identify possible improper input validation vulnerabilities, and we therefore only select this specification. On the Entry Points tab, we can select the entry points that should be used in the analysis. We can search for the entry points or simply scroll through the list to identify the entry points that should be used. For our example, we will use all classes as entry points. On the next tab, Analysis Solver, we can select the solver that should be used in the analysis. The available options are Boomerang and FlowDroid. We will proceed with the default selection, Boomerang. After we have configured the analysis, we use the Run Analysis button in the navigation bar to start the analysis. When the analysis starts, we will see a notification in Eclipse. When necessary, we can return to the configuration page and use the Cancel Analysis button to stop the currently running analysis. We are notified when the analysis completes, and we can view the list of detected taint flows in the problem view. The results are grouped as errors. The first column contains a message returned by the analysis. When we hover over the message, we can view the full message, which contains details about the detected vulnerability, as well as the translation of the FluentTQL specification into natural language, which provides a better explanation for new users. The remaining columns in the table provide information about which resource the vulnerability was discovered in, the path of the resource, and also the line number where the vulnerability was detected. Based on the results, the analysis detected a possible improper input validation vulnerability, and it provided the source and sink for the vulnerability. We can double-click on the entry in the problem view, and it will take us to the line number where the finding is located. The results indicate that the method login controller create new user defined on line 44 in the login controller class is a source, and the corresponding sink is a user service save user default method used on line 50 in the login controller class. There is also a line marker in the editor next to the line number that contains a detected vulnerability. Hovering over the line marker provides us with the same information we saw in the tooltip shown in the problem view. If we wish to clear the markers generated by SecuCheck, we can return to the configuration page and select the Clear Result Markers button in the navigation bar. We can also make changes to the configuration for the analysis. When we are finished modifying the configuration, we click on the Submit Configuration button in the navigation bar, and then we can rerun the analysis. We have now successfully configured and executed SecuCheck on the to-do list demo project. We have also seen how to interpret the results returned by the tool.